It's the utility coins across the board. All you have to do is listen to what's going on across the world. Listen to what they're requiring, what they're saying that they need, right? As businesses, what they need as, like you see what's going on with a lot of the political figures and the money making, and people want transparency happening globally. How do you get transparency? So there's two things happening at once. Number one, those people who are being globally, they're being cut off from certain money sources of value. They're still going to want that value. They're addicted to a certain lifestyle. So now how do you acquire that quickly and efficiently? You can do that through crypto. So I don't put it past these individuals that the top cryptos, which let's be real, what are the top cryptos right now? The bulk of them are utility coins. We're just talking about popularity, but the top cryptos are what? Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Solana, Chainlink, and then a few other. Cardano could be in there. A few others behind them. Those ones are definitely in the future at risk of getting pumped. 100%. So anyway, so now, why do I say that? Look at what's going on with certain political figures and then people questioning. I don't know why they didn't question this a long time ago. Certain stock market trading, etc. And then there's ideas being floated about, oh, well, this has everything to do with the pumping of cryptocurrency at some point, the possibility of such. That's why I'm talking about it, right? Or else I wouldn't. So now the possibility of not allowing them to potentially utilize information, the type of information, to successfully do these types of trades where they're becoming multimillionaires. If they get cut off from that, where's that money come from? You think they're just going to stop? You think they're just going to go back to a humble lifestyle? No, I don't think so at all. I think crypto is the next place that they look. And they start salivating, saying to themselves, we can make a lot of capital off of this. That's just one aspect. So then you start looking at the need for transparency. Now, recently, I've been talking a lot about that when it comes to the banks. They're definitely going to need that. They've had legal problems because of lack of transparency, et cetera. But it's not just the banks, right? Military spending. Oops. I don't know. I don't know what happened. That money was hid, and then the money, I don't know what to tell you. The money just went poof. We don't know where the money went. Really? You think, folks, they're going to trace and track everything. It was never about retail. Retail is where they test stuff out. Retail is smoke screen. They want to know where that bank money is. They want the banks to come in alignment. They want to control the banks. For a long time, if you pay attention, the big businesses and the banks been controlling the, I'm trying to see how a safe way to say this. They've been controlling certain things. Those certain things didn't like that they had that power and control. There was a battle. I told you years ago that battle was happening. It's an internal battle. Just like there's an internal battle between the central banks, who are very controlling, and the lesser, no disrespect, the lesser commercial banks. There's battles all over the place. So now let's go back to what I was talking about. The transparency. They're going to want transparency when it comes to military spending. They're going to want transparency when it comes to the Pentagon, who've been failing. We covered the Pentagon's failing audits 2 to 3 years ago, before it was popular. The videos are still there. Oh, we don't know where these trillions, where the billions, we don't know. You don't know, really. The new energy isn't going for that. There's a power shift going on. They want to know everything that's going to happen through DOT. Why is Ripple so happy? Why is Cardano running around? They're so happy. Huh? You don't see how easily everybody's claiming they're making partnerships, although they don't have to give out names. We just saw Cardano. Where did they go? Cardano, this is happening globally. Once again, let me say that it's happening globally. It's just sometimes recently I'm focusing on the U.S. There's so much happening in the U.S. Where they go? They went to Latin America and just boom, just got a deal. Doing major work, Cardano. I believe that's what's happening. Let me see if I have that article here. Bear with me one moment. DOT article, Bitcoin. A lot of Bitcoin news. People are not keeping up with these catalysts. There's a lot of Bitcoin news. I don't think I have the Cardano. I don't have the Cardano. Well, you can look that up. Just type in Cardano. I believe that they were the ones that just did something in Latin America. I believe. But so now let's go back to this. So they're going to want to know that. And a lot of value is going to go through that. And that's just one aspect, one dimension. And I'll say this also. Payments, low-cost payments, global, neutral platform for payments, militaristically. And also there's another also make. Yes, there's a lot. Those private contracts. Yes, and a private ecosystem, untraceable, possibly quadruple or more encrypted. Oh, yeah, I know. You did notice that, didn't you? Oh, you did notice a lot of those encrypted communication sources, DLT based. You didn't notice that? Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You didn't think that's where it was stopped, did you? You use I can't even remember that one. It uses lumens. What is that called? I can't remember. It was an encrypted communication. That's just, I told you, retail is the test. They test it out. No better way to collect data. And then what happens? They take it and they use it for businesses, military, and they put like a hit of steroids on it for them. But they were able to assess anything that was wrong with it based on how retail was using anything that happened with retail. So it's a variety of ways that's going to be used when they start. And I believe they will achieve private contracts with the military. I do. There's something to be said. I'll say this also. There's so much. You got the DLT aspect. You have the AI aspect that everybody loves to talk about, but then they don't love to talk about quantum computing. They shoot it down. I'm going to tell you right now, folks, be careful of those shooting down quantum computing and the advancements that have been made. The advancements have been unbelievable. Unbelievable. Quantum computing, what it was 4 years ago, 3 years ago, is not what it is today. Not today. So much new information. So much new ways to send information. You think they don't have that? They definitely have that. Oh, we're working on quantum proofing, and then they slow you down. They try to slow your thinking down. Just because they say something doesn't mean you have to believe it. I don't play that game. Just because you said it doesn't mean I have to believe it. I trust myself more than I trust your word. I'll listen to what you have to say, and I'm going to research it. And if you have respect, you should allow me to research it. But so they try to slow us down with, but quantum computing hasn't come out yet, so we don't have to worry about quantum proofing. Behind the scenes, they're probably working on quantum proofing. They're probably integrating DLT with quantum computers. Why would you not? We already have a bank that was already, they got exposed. They were already testing out quantum computing. You're like, oh, Mick, what does this have to do with XRP price exploding? Mick, it has everything to do with another possible future catalyst for prices to go absolutely out of the galaxy. You see, we have 2 to 3. And from what I gather, there's 2 to 3 solid ones right now. This fourth one I'm talking about is something in the future most people will never see coming because they're not studying. They're not studying what's going on and how much faster everything will be, how much more efficient everything will be, how fast quantum AI can move in combination with quantum computing. Oh, Mick, you're talking quantum computing. It doesn't sound like you know too much. You're not getting too specific. Listen, I've observed what they're doing with super fluids, super solids, new states of matter. People don't see what's coming. And we're not even getting into robotics and the advancements with robotics. Let's just stick with the computing system, quantum computing, AI, DLT. I'm telling you right now, and I don't know how long it's going to take, but I think it starts, or has already started. I'm telling you, it'll start with the military, governmental systems. And you saw the bank. There's already a bank testing it out. That's where it begins. And once it hits mainstream, if it hits mainstream, whoa, Nelly, that's a whole new system. Value is going to be flowing. That's value flowing. That's the sound. That's value flowing. We're talking what, millions. We're not talking about in seconds, instant payments in seconds. What's a second? 2 to 3 years. Like, Mick, you sound crazy, Mick. Seconds are so fast. Yeah, that's until you know what an attosecond is. ATTO second. Attosecond. What is an attosecond? Huh? You're still stuck on nanoseconds. Think I'm talking? Look everything up I'm talking about. Let's go here. You think I'm playing games? I'm not playing any games. Attosecond. Oh. Wait a minute. that sound didn't sound so good. Wait a minute. You thought I was playing a game. An attosecond is a unit of time equal to 1/quintillionth of a second. Do you understand the type of continuity of value that would, if value in transactions and messages move that quickly? Not that they have to. I'm telling you, it's not because there is no we. I'm not going to say we because I'm not involved with these folks and what they do. It's not because they should. It's not because life is because they can. They're going to take it there. I'm telling you. That continuity of value and having everything automatically done. You know how fast an attosecond is? Folks. Now that's the aspect of where I'm keeping an eye on that. I'm telling you. I know. Oh, Mick, that's a reach. Everything's a reach until it's not. Everything's a reach until it's not. Oh, when they said, when gold was so low and gold was going down and down and down and down, they said, Mick, it's a reach. I said, hey, man, I think gold could go to 2,200, 2,300, 2,400, 2,500. Yeah, I think it could go there. They said, Mick, that arm came out. The arm started coming out. I said, no. I said, I think gold could go there. And they said, no. They shot the arm out. It's a reach. Is it a reach now? What's gold price right now? Is it a reach? Huh? Right. Well, I'm telling you, sometimes I'm onto something. When the XRP was down like 50 cents, 52 cents, 53 cents. Oh, XRP's done. It's dead. And I said, no, it's not. I think it can come back and do very well. Exceed expectations. They said, Mick. I said, whoa. I know what you're doing. Don't you do it. And their arms start going out. Don't do it. And they shot that arm out. It's a reach, Mick. Even with the markets a little bit stalled. I don't think XRP is 50 cents right now. I don't think so. Although things change dramatically quickly in crypto, I don't think it's low where it was before. It doesn't look so dead to me anymore. I'm telling you. So given that experience, that's just a few. I'm telling you, I'm watching this. All of these things are converging, building to this moment. There's the moment that we can see. Then there's a moment we can't see. But it's there. The potentiality for it is there. I can see it. It just doesn't have all of the structure as the moment that is to come. That moment already has its structures. It's already been highly conceptualized and there's been building done. The building's happening here as well. I'm telling you, they desire things faster. They desire more capital. They desire more power. There's no way that this technology is not utilized. Now, where were we? Oh, yeah. So let's go back here to this here. This article was titled Wall Street. I'm giving you a lot. I'm telling you, look into this. It's nothing I can do about it, but that's major. And whoever gets in on it first, if you start hearing them talk about it, I'm telling you, pay attention to that one or two or three, whichever ones get in on it first. So, I mean, look how the world changed with fiber optic cables and systems. Look how the world changed. You think it's not going to change when they can utilize, it's the way that they utilize quantum tunneling. Okay, the way that they utilize it, the way that they're going to utilize superfluids, the way that they're going to utilize super solids. People, they're not understanding the world is changing. I'm telling you, the way that computing systems, they're almost not like computer systems. They're like they're going to become like neural networks. If they're not already like that, I mean, you're sending information with light. They can take light in combination with, I forgot which type of magnetism. There's a type of magnetic rock. If I had the time, I would go look it up. I have the information somewhere. I'll just say that, right? I like to do a little experimentation myself. But if you take this magnetic rock and you combine it inside of a certain chamber with light, then you can create certain super states. They're gonna use that. It's changing everything. I'm telling you. This is my humble opinion. All right. So now let me leave that there. I try to give you as much as I can. And sometimes the information is going to be something you're familiar with. Sometimes it might not be. I'm going to change up the energy when I have to. But that's huge. Now let's go here. Oh man, I'm glad I got to this. This is the article I really, really, really wanted to get to. Now look at this. I'm telling you, folks. All right, let me read this. Bitcoin faces pressure as report flags Chinese sell-off plans. Now they should put allegedly. They don't know if they're going to do this or not. But let's read this little tidbit here. I definitely want to speak on this. It says here, a new report by Reuters. Okay, so there you have it. So, I mean, Reuters is still respectable, right? So it's still pretty legit, right? Anyway. A new report by Reuters suggests that China may be looking to liquidate large stashes of confiscated Bitcoin, potentially exerting downward pressure on BTC's price. Now, wait, let me say this. I saw another article that was very, very much titled in a very eye-catching way. Of course, this is how you get the article writers believe they're going to get views. They probably do. But it was saying they were going to try to crash Bitcoin's price on purpose. That's what they were saying, right? I'm just telling you what the article said. Now, that's why I was alluding to in another video that I told you I wouldn't. It's not just China. It just see, China is the popular one to put in the news. They know that's going to make headlines. It's not just China. A lot of sources globally. I wouldn't be surprised if they all came together and tried something like that, because they know, and they know it because of Bitcoin's resilience. That has shown everyone a lot that price will bounce back. So if you did bring it down, that's temporary. Why is it temporary? Because all of those other major catalysts do not change, which means even if you did bring it down, it's only temporary. It's going to bounce back. So anyone who has the power to do that, if they could bring the price down, they stand, if they buy at those lows, which is obviously that's the idea, they stand to make a lot of capital doing it. I don't put it past them. Keep your eye on that. Let's continue on. It says sources cited by Reuters indicate that local Chinese governments have been engaging private companies to convert seized Bitcoin into cash in an effort to bolster public finances under strain from a slowing economy. That's something. Let me say this. News BTC, you did a good job. That's interesting to me. I've seen certain things, but it's not going to be. This is not news that people are going to understand. The mainstream is saying something and depicting something very different than what's actually happening globally. It's not just China. Once again, I want to iterate that. It's not just China. But yeah, is China going through certain things? Yes. From what I'm seeing, could what I'm seeing be wrong? It could be wrong. But business-wise, I mean, if you're a seller, you need a buyer. If your largest buyer is no longer purchasing, then I think the outcome is quite logical. I think we can draw a certain conclusion as to what occurs then. You're definitely going to need capital for sure. If not, you're going to be facing a big problem. If you maintain your current position, right? I'm not concerned with this. It says here the Chinese ban on Bitcoin, depending on you're talking about Hong Kong, you're talking about mainland China. The Chinese ban on Bitcoin and crypto trading stands in tension with these liquidation efforts. Listen, folks, when it comes down to powerhouses making decisions, those rules, these types of rules don't matter globally. They don't matter. None of these political figures or like business people follow the rules that normal people follow. So I'm not even thinking about that when, well, not that I'm not thinking about that. I don't take that as serious as others may, because I know that they don't follow the same rules. They just don't. So, you know, we'll see what happens with this. But it all depends. It all depends. I don't know how long all of these countries will be able to not come to the table and negotiate. We'll see. We'll see. If something like that were to occur, then this is not a catalyst anymore, any longer. But if it continues to go on, and pride allows them to, the global powers allows them to maintain the positioning of where they are right now, then this is definitely possible. Businesses, a lot of these businesses need capital right now. A lot of business globally need capital right now. The governments globally, there's a problem there. They need value as well. Right? They definitely do. So we'll keep our eyes on this. We'll see what happens. OK, but anything that would happen in this vein would be temporary, in my humble opinion. Bitcoin, this does not change. Anything that happens, even if it happens right now and is slightly negative, it's only temporary. It does not change the long term positive trajectory of Bitcoin, in my humble opinion. My humble opinion. All right. All right. So now that you have that information, what are you going to do with it? I know what I'm going to do with it. So until next time, everybody, let's get to the money.